ask the question of our beautiful YouTubers. There we go. Right, the YouTubers should now be back with us. Thank you very much for that. What's your take on the Orange Order? Well, it's interesting because they stand for the crown and the Bible. And these are two things that I'm 100% in agreement with, the crown and the Bible, but I'm not sure they're reaching out to our Catholic brothers and sisters to the extent they could be. Do you see what I mean? And I think our Catholic brothers and sisters could do more to reach out to the Orange Order and understand where they're coming from. The only thing is, I also tend to support the late King Billy. Now, he was a very, very, very bad man. So I would say to the Orange Order, take King Billy off your banners and, take him out of your prayers and all the rest of it, because he was just a very, very poor example of a human being. But that happens all the way along. So there we are. Dinky-Doo, Scotland. What are your memories of Perth, Scotland? When I used to stay in the lovely Salutation Hotel, and I would walk down to the Inches and along by the Tay. Lovely, lovely places. It used to be great for eating out and for tourism and all that stuff along the Dunkeld Road, up to Dunkeld and Pitlochry and through to Dundee. Wonderful. Scotty, what do you think about Prince Harry being chased? Well, I think he should be used to it by now. I think he would be a little bit upset if he was never chased and nobody bothered, nobody batted an eyelid. Good evening, Scotty Dinky-Doo. There we are. Scotty, a certain Peter from Greenock, well known, who trolls and always scrolls. Oh, I'm sure he doesn't. I'm training to become a something fighter. Don't know what that stands for. So there you are. I do, hello, yes, indeed. Opinions on Dumbarton. Love Dumbarton. Dumbarton was the home of the Clyde steamer. And Denny's of Dumbarton, Denny the shipbuilder. You've got the Denny Memorial Theatre. You've got a statue to, is it Sir Peter Denny in the town? And what became the old Keele School? That was the Denny's house. Is that beautiful? So there we have it. I say to you, I should be getting some YouTubers coming back because we lost them. And it's happening a lot. I'm going to check my speeds at some point. Welcome back. I'm just putting to the YouTubers here, guys. How long have we been up? Does anybody know? Does everybody know when we first appeared? We've lost the time now. Welcome back. There we go. Excellent stuff. You should ask if the earth is round or flat. Well, we're going to. Thoughts on Sheffield United? We love them. We love Sheffield Wednesday. A big Dinky-Doo to my better half, Liz. So there we are. The Mary Hill. Yes, indeed. What do you think of King Charles? King Charles has been around all of my life as Prince Charles. Hello, my darling. Hello, Highland girl. Was you once Sheffield Hallam FM? I was indeed. What a fabulous radio station. Hallam FM. Hello, Scotty. How are you? Hello, Kareem. Dinky-Doo. Kareem, with a wee problem with the YouTube there. We lost everybody. Not so good. Do you have any stories of travels in Italy? I've never traveled in Italy, but I have a little model wooden boat made by my great uncle, who was a deep sea captain. And he made this model on his voyages. This guy circumnavigated, or for the flat earthers, traversed the world 7 times. So if the world's flat, he would have gone out and back. So that would have been 14 traverses of the world. And Uncle Bob, lovely, lovely, lovely man. And he made this model and he sent it to my father in, I think, 1930 and tried it out in Naples Bay. And I have to this day a picture of Uncle Bob feeding pigeons in St. Mark's Square, Venice in the 1920s, all beautifully dressed and turned out. There's the wonderful Jerry Thompson with us. Hi, Jerry, #1 van driver, Scotland and the West. Did you get the Prezi from South Korea? A lovely letter, Jerry, with beautiful pictures of T-Posh. Is that correct? Yes, or have I missed something else? There's the wonderful Susan from Lancashire. Hello, Scotty. Susan and I go back a long time. Jerry, yep, lovely, Jerry, I did. And I left a wee message to say thank you. So there we have it. And can you please pass on regards to yourself and to your dear wife and family? All right, Scotty, what do you think of King Charles? Well, we've answered that. Faltus, the best town I know, Faltus very well. I can remember, where was I working? I think I was working in Forth in Lanarkshire one day, and I took the car into Edinburgh, and boy, did Edinburgh appear quick. Now, would I have gone through Faltus at that time? Do you enjoy Paris? I love Paris. I went to Paris en route to Salzburg, and I hadn't realized this was purely accidental. How silly am I? It was Le 14 Juillet. I was in Paris, the 14th of July, Bastille Day. And you know, guys, when I saw the French revolting recently, the French were revolting, and they were revolting against the all the political stuff and what have you. And it reminded me of the Bastille. And I thought, you know, the people that are working against the people are going to have to be very careful when the French get a bit of fire in their belly. So there you go. Okay, I'll tell the cat. Cocoa Pops. Tell the cat, Jerry. Dinky-Doo. Yep. Hello, Scotty. Hello, Susan. So lovely to hear from you. Was you once Hallam FM? Yes, indeed. If you're really Scottish, what's the town? What's it called? Well, Cumbernauld. Of course we're Scottish. There we are. Dinky-Doo. Can you say happy birthday to my daddy, Bob? Guys, I'm here with fact check, facts and figures. Great, Charlie B. The Earth is a pyramid. Wow. Can I get your hat, says her? Of course. Hello, for Cretan the night, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, Cretan. Scotty, I bet the black lab in the picture made good use of the pooper scooper. Now, you didn't need a pooper scooper because he was so properly fed. His packages, you could almost, I mean, don't try this at home now. You could have almost put them in your pocket. So you just took your poo bag, turned it inside out, used it like a glove, and lifted the wee package and popped it in the poo bag bin. Scotty, what do you think of the Irish Republican Army? Oh, long gone, Rocco. Long gone. I heard recently there was a few wee thugs up some of the schemes trying to cause trouble. But as for that organisation, that's 100 and odd years old. Where's your favourite war memorial? All of them. What I used to do was try and attend a remembrance service somewhere every year when I was touring. So it might be a tiny village. Like I remember Ulverston in Lancashire or Cumbria. Is it Cumberland? Is Ulverston Cumberland? Lancashire. Anyway, Ulverston, lovely wee town down in the south of Cumberland. And another year, I was at the Cenotaph in Whitehall. Whitehall, isn't it? That's the Cenotaph. So there we go. Don't question the questioner. Indeed, very sound advice. Sound advice, guys, what's the time? I'm just wondering when we came up and when we should be away. A shout out for Brian, please. Yes, absolutely. No problem at all. Hello, Scotty. Which part of Scotland are you now living in? I'm over in the west of Scotland now. I've moved from the east of Scotland to the west of Scotland. Looking into Lord Nelson recently, an amazing man. OJ, an amazing man. And everywhere are monuments to Nelson. You've got Nelson's column in Trafalgar Square. They blew up Nelson in Dublin in 1916. I don't know why, because he was a fine guy, and he was looking after Ireland as well. And the monument in Glasgow Green is to Lord Nelson, I think. Greenock, the town I was brought up in, has got Nelson Street. I went to school on Nelson Street. So there we have it. And there was Trafalgar Street, just up the road. All that sort of idea. Scott, have you ever been to the island of Barra? Sadly, that's a luxury I've been denied up until now. Although I did do a tribute in 2017 to the 22 people who died in the Manchester terrorist bombing. And you'll see that tribute at the top of the TikTok videos, guys. And it's obviously fairly heavy stuff, so, But I thought I'd do that tribute because I know the arena very well. I got to guest conduct the wonderful Halley Orchestra in front of 20,000 people at the arena. Huge. Anyway, I was very saddened. And of course, there was a young lady from Barra lost her life there, and tragic, absolutely tragic. And I was thinking about the good people of Barra. But I've got a lot of Barra people call me on the phones. And we have a bit of the camera, hakamamaha, falci, kida mille falci, don TikTok, agus YouTube. There we go. Now then, what have we got here from the wonderful Jerry Thompson? Jerry, you don't know when I came on here, do you, by any chance? Amazing. I think there's something wrong with the TikTok tonight because we don't have our usual massive audience. Okay. What do you think of the Calmac ship in the Ferguson shipyard? Over budget. Some news said they'd be better scrapping it and building a new one. Someone else. What do you think, Scotty? Your views on it? Do you know, Jerry, one of my dream jobs when I left school was to sell ships. I'd have loved to sell ships. You're live with Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Nobody. It's nobody calling, guys. I was amazed to find out Trafalgar is in Spain. Well, if you look at the battles at the time Nelson was around, Trafalgar was the culmination of these battles. So let's look what you had. 1897, you'd got Cape Finisterre, you'd got Cape St. Vincent. These were all kind of the Peninsular Wars, the start of the Peninsular Wars when Britain had command of the sea and was fighting France for empirical reasons, imperialism. But you've got, let me run through the battles of the time. So you've got Cape St. Vincent, Cape Finisterre, the Battle of Aboukir Bay, the Battle of the Nile, and they all culminated. Admiral Camperdown, who was from Dundee, the Dundonians will know Camperdown Park. I think the house is gone now, has it? And they culminated in 1805 at Trafalgar when HMS Victory, the flagship, the Admiral's flagship, broke out the message in flags, hence flagship, England expects that every man will do his duty. And that was the signal flying from HMS Victory. And then poor old Nelson copped one in the eye. And, well, no, I think maybe the eye had happened before, because he did have a blind eye. Yes, the eye must have happened before, because he put his blind eye to his telescope and said, "I see no ships." Was that right? Have I got that right? A Nelsonian eye. And then he got a ball through him, and he died on the deck. And he asked Lieutenant Hardy to give him a kiss. And "Kiss me, Hardy." And then he died, and they brought his body back in a vat of brandy. So there you are. That was poor old Nelson. And of course, you can go and see HMS Victory in Portsmouth to this day. Are you a member of any social societies, gentlemen's clubs? Yes, I have a London club and an Edinburgh club. There we are. I won't be so base as to name them, but they are apparently very, very prestigious clubs. And they've got me as a member. Is that not good of them? It was Groucho Marx that said he wouldn't want to be a member of any club that would have him as a member. And, of course, in London, you've got the Groucho Club. And I can remember visiting the Groucho Club. There we are. The live started around 8:30, says the wonderful Susan. Good, Susan. I'll see if we can be out the road for then, so we don't lose the hour. Great, Scotty. It's Ruby Tuesday on Scotty's live stream. Absolutely. Do you have a Ruby Murray? So there we go. Now, what have we got here? You're an amazing font of knowledge, sir. No, Jay, it's just, everybody will know these things, you know. Hi, DINKY-DOO. Wonderful to see everybody on here. What are we doing numbers-wise? Oh, very good. Guys, lots more followers, please. And can you also watch all of the TikTok videos, not just the first 2 or 3. Barra's the epitome of good things to come in small packages. Well, Barra, of course, was in the first movie, Whiskey Galore. It featured in the wee church at Castle Bay there. The castle, is that Kishmo's Castle in Castle Bay? Have I got that right? The McNeils of Barra. I think you're terrific. Thanks for doing this. Billy, not at all. It's a privilege and a pleasure. I, don't get anything out of it in financial reasons. Eastern Mombasa says, Sack, you'll be in the ocean if you're east of Mombasa. Shout out for Brian. He's a big fan of yours. It is leg amputated today. You'll love the fish curry at Cafe Kishmul. Yes, is it right? Is that Kishmul's Castle? Kishmul's Galley. Used to listen to you on radio, I'm sure, in the 1980s. You did, Sam? Yes, long time ago. Have you got a boat? The McNeil has a boat of his own. There was a rumor that when Noah built the ark and they wanted to take 2 humans on board the ark, they asked McNeil of Barra, and he said, "No, I wouldn't need to go. The McNeil has a boat of his own." So there we go. I worked on the boats in my early days. What do you put on your chips? More chips. Brown sauce, a little salt, and I put some pepper on as well. If the weather forecast is as accurate as Scotland's myths and legends. Well, you'll see I've done a TikTok. It was a lovely old farmer. And he said, well, we'd better get going. There's some dirty weather coming. They said, how do you know? Did you tune in to the BBC weather forecast? No, not the BBC. The cows are lying down and the sheep are turning their backsides to the wind. You are a hero, Sean. You're very, very kind. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, the egg must have come first to give birth to the chicken, but where did the egg come from? Now isn't that interesting? Do you think aliens exist and are they on Mars? F document, apparently somebody had a dream recently. I was watching a video and they actually saw the aliens, and all the religious people are waiting for their Messiah. The Jewish people want the Messiah. The Christians are waiting for Christ. I would have said Christ and the Messiah were one and the same, being the Son of God. So there you go. And God made man in his own image. So they're waiting for them to turn. And apparently the aliens, I mean, we don't know who in society has normalized themselves and are actually alien. We all love you from Spain, Thomas. We love Spain. Glasgow Celtic champions, says the paint guy. Yes, indeed. God save the king. Hail, hail. Monkey from Monkey TV show. Came from an egg. Hello, Scotty. Hello, Shua. Scottish Gads. Hello, Scotty. How are you doing? DINKY-DOO. Am I? Says hello, Scotty. 8:30 we came on. What's the time now? Oh, we'll need to dash. Guys, tonight has been an absolute privilege as always. I can't thank you all enough. Do you do well with the birds? I sort of do okay. I get by. The crows are the big ones, that sort of thing. But as for the blue tits and the robins and the finches, I think I do very well indeed. And the blackbird, of course, the last song of the day. What was your last unpleasant task? Picking my mobile phone out of the lavatory, I think. But it wasn't that unpleasant. It wasn't so good for the mobile phone, though. Thank you for tonight, Scotty. Not at all, Andy. It's a joy and a privilege. So there you have it. Right. I shall have to dash off. Scotty, my mum does a law degree at Glasgow University. Your mum is a very clever lady. Law, that's a good one. Did you like that, Billy? DINKY-DOO, I say. And the odd friendly budgerigard, parrot, minor bird. Good luck. Please give my regards to your mum and wish her the very, very best with her law degree. I'm sure she will be outstanding. And she has an outstanding son. So there you are, Matthew. So she's starting from a good place. Fantastic. Now, what do we got here? Oh, dear. You need F document. What are you playing at? Let's have a little bit of civility on here. Dear, oh, dearie me. Let's behave. Right, we'll take that out. That's better. There we are. DINKY-DOO. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Thanks very much for watching. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Are we ready? After 3. 3. Ta-ta. Ta-ta. Ta-ta.